All right, I'm here with Jamie Keane, our lead game designer, who's basically going to be going through our North Island, and I believe he's on the westernmost side of our North Island, bombing around, looking for a little bit of the open world in Far Cry. To give a little bit of context for what Jamie's doing right now, Jamie's driving as Jason Brody, working his way through the North Island, basically looking for his friends. Jason came to the island, a series of islands, the archipelago, and has been searching for his friends that were taken by a boss. And so what Jamie's doing right now is he's looking for a tower that he can climb that's going to allow him to open up his map and get a solid context as to where he's going and what he can do through this space. The problem being that all over the island, the boss's pirates are inhabiting it. And Jamie's got to be extremely careful to survive this in order to get to the tower. Nice shot.
I can't believe you got.
Alright, so what Jamie wants to do now is look around and see if there's other weapons that he can pick up, things that he can scrounge. He can loot the pirates. And he's also got to be careful because the island is alive. You're talking about an entire ecosystem of animals that are alive. They've heard the noise, and who knows what will come out of the forest looking for them. Okay, so Jamie's going to work his way up and see if he can climb the tower. Once at the top of the tower, what the tower gives him is a vantage point to look out into the open world, see all the different outposts that are out there, black plumes of smoke rising in the distance, pirate encampments, missions that he can take, and it also allows him to open up some of the outposts in terms of being able to get new weapons and also get some of the new abilities that apply to his tattoo. That sound you hear off in the distance is a real tiger that's about 10 feet from us right now. Okay, each one of those black plumes of smoke represents an outpost that Jamie can go and take over from a 360-degree approach. It's entirely up to him how he chooses to go and attack it. For now, he's going to open the panel, unlock the tower, open his map, and gain an understanding of where he is and what he can do next. The towers unlock specific points of interest across the map and showcase areas that Jamie can go to, looking for anything from a totem all the way out to new weapons or individual things that he can pick up as he explores the open world.
Where are the others? Is there a way I can
All right, so Jamie's going to head out, I believe, for an outpost now and showcase some of the options that he has in terms of the 360-degree approach to take over an outpost.
You could enter the comm room and listen in on the signal.
What's the Medusa?
A ship that has been beached nearby.
With pirates guarding it.
Path of the warrior, Jason. Train your body and your mind will follow. But the tower will bring you closer.
Jamie's got to be very, very careful that he's not detected as he headed toward the outpost. Now he's got options. Jamie could scope out each one, tag them with the camera. If he wanted to, he could start a fire. If he wanted to, he could snipe them, pick them off one by one. He can use some of the animals in the area if he can entice them close enough to make some of the kills for him. It's entirely about how he chooses to play. Okay, he's got the guard's attention. And now a stealth kill. Nice. He's got to be very careful here because effectively the alarm's been sounded, and they're now looking for him, and they'll call in reinforcements if he gives them enough time. Okay, he's got it. One of the things that we're doing in Far Cry 3 that's a little different is we're making sure that when you take over this space, when you take over an outpost, it becomes your castle. It becomes something that you control, and now you go inside. You've unlocked weapons and new weapons and towers, and you have the ability to basically get new kit and figure out a way to head out in the open world, but you can also use this space as a fast travel hub to come back, and if you need to go and look for other animals that you want to craft with, or basically kill those animals and then craft something with their skins, you can do that as well. Now for us, this was a real section of Far Cry that we wanted to make sure that the player felt like they were doing. That they get the tattoo, they're able to unlock new skills, they're able to follow the idea of the Trials of the Ratkia, and effectively write the story of Far Cry on their arm. So the tattoo and all the skills that you get, be it from melee or the kills that you do, the way your stealth takedowns, all the different skills are something that you're learning across the game as you basically ascend to the very end of the game. Jamie's got a lot of options at this point. If he wants to, there are a number of quests that open up from the outposts. He can go hunting, he can go and kill some of Voss's pirates. But in this case, what he's looking for is he's looking for relics. There's a huge number of relics scattered across the world, and as you get close to them, you actually begin to hear tribal music play. Each one of those relics gives you a little piece of the tattoo that moves you towards learning what it is that Citra's teaching you as you become part of the Ratkia warriors. He's got it. And now it's entirely up to Jamie what he wants to do. The open world's open to him. If he wants to go and engage enemies, he can. If he wants to follow his nose and head off and find another plume of smoke and take out another outpost and unlock new weapons and fast travel, he can do that. But what we tried to build was a living world that if you just stopped and if you look around, you would feel like there were animals, there were encounters, there was an entire world to discover. And you see that all through Far Cry 3. Okay, now Jamie's spotted another outpost. It's entirely up to him how he wants to play this. This time he's decided to go in guns blazing. Got to be extremely careful because we brought fire back and fire propagation back. And if he starts a fire, it'll begin to take over the grasslands, and then it'll be in serious trouble. Sure. The thing that we try to do with Far Cry is make sure that it's a living world, and that's true of pretty much everything that you do. So from the standpoint of using fire, it's a double-edged sword. Jamie can start a fire, and he can start to figure out a way to herd the AI or even bring animal AI into the engagement. But at the same time, the double-edged part of that sword is the fact that fire burns, and he's not in control of it. So he can try and use it as a weapon, but he's got to be extremely careful that it doesn't basically kill him. The warriors that you see showing up in the truck are from the tribe, the Ratkia warriors. They've been teaching Jason everything that he needs to know to start thinking about this land like it's a supermarket. And if you notice they have tattoos, Jason is learning those skills. He's learning melee, he's learning stealth, he's learning all the things necessary for him to survive. This is what Citra's teaching him, and Jason as well as the player are going to need to know this to survive in Far Cry 3. Those of you who got a little taste of the game at Gamescom maybe recognize this arch. This is the Medusa. Where Jamie finds himself right now is that what Voss is doing Jamie's using the animals as a weapon in the game, and that's a big part of the game. Careful. Yeah, you're gonna want to get out of there. So this is the Medusa mission. What Voss and his pirates are doing is they're basically allowing ships to crash on the shore, and then they're harvesting them for scrap metal. What Jason thinks is happening right here is that he's got a line on one of his friends and some intel that's at the ship, and he's basically got to go in very, very quietly, make sure that he's not discovered, and get a handle on the radio that's inside the deck of the Medusa. Jamie's going to tag each pirate one by one with the camera and see if he can take them out using melee attacks.
Okay, Jason. Time to take out those pirates.
Only need another hit.
Okay, now those takedowns that you're seeing Jamie do are a huge part of Far Cry 3. What we've managed to do is create a system where you can actually chain them together if you get close enough. So if you can reuse the rock and you can entice the AI forward, you can actually chain these together.
Interesting.
Okay. Get that last
Now
bit of
for the
intel.
radio.
You can head up to the wheelhouse and see if he can find his friends.
After the money from the parents show up, the kids go onto the black market and we deliver them to the buyer. Double the money. Daddy likes. Hey, calm the chatter. Someone triggered an alarm at the Medusa. Morons. We're closest. I can see it right now.
Shit, they're coming for me. I'm ready. It's now or never.
Okay, so Jamie's got all the intel. But unfortunately for him, he's triggered an alarm. And what he doesn't realize is that a bunch of pirates are now tuned in on his position, and all hell is about to break loose. Oh. Never gonna hear the end of that. So guys, that was just a little taste of Far Cry 3. Hope you loved what you saw. Coming out this December 4th on PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. Cheers.